a todos, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido a mi canal. I'm Mielle, and with this video I just wanted to share some really quick tips on how to properly care for your heat train here in the winter time. I do want to mention real quick to people who are new coming to my channel that I am currently wearing a sew-in. I did mention that a few videos ago that I would be getting a protective style. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in this video, but I just don't want people to think that I'm out here trying to trick you or anything. Yeah, I'm going to mention why I have a protective style in my hair as I go through some of my points, pero nada más a decir, pero vamos a empezar. So I think this is the most important thing to know out of this whole video, is that in the winter time is when your hair needs the absolute most moisture. So you're gonna have to go overload with the products. It's okay to overuse your conditioner because your hair can only hold so much anyway, so it's just gonna sit on top of the hair, whatever can't get in, but you rather have too much than too little. Like I always mention with heat train hair in general, you want to make sure that you're always deep conditioning, but in the winter especially, you must deep condition every single time you decide to wash your hair, and you want to make sure that your conditioner says deep conditioning. I'm definitely going to try the Mielle Organics deep conditioner that you leave in your hair overnight, just to see if I feel any type of difference with the moisture that it gives my hair after I've used it. And then I'm also going to make sure that I focus on more hot oil treatments, because that's going to be another way that's going to help to seal in this moisture that I am making sure that I am overloading in my hair. So I will be making some videos once I start doing my hot oil treatments again for you guys to see how I do it and which oils that I'm using that I feel work best with retaining moisture with my hair. Also, don't forget, when I say deep conditioning your hair, I suggest the best way to deep condition it is to put a shower cap and then sit under a hooded dryer. I think that is the absolute best way, but if that's something that you can't afford right now, like I mentioned in my last video, you can get a silver shower cap, which is going to use your body heat to help to create heat within your hair. That's going to help to open up the cuticles so that way the moisture is getting in. But again, I feel that the absolute best way is to use a hooded dryer. So I'll link the one that I have down below, and all the products that I'm going to mention in this video will be linked down below. Something else that I want to try actually though is getting a steamer. The steamer, I can at least use it to help to open up my cuticles, put the conditioner in there, and then put a shower cap on to kind of help it to really seep inside my hair shaft. I think that I will actually try that too. You guys, I want to try so many things with my heat train hair for you guys to let you know like what actually works well and what actually doesn't, especially in terms of growing it and managing it. But I need help from you guys, so if you could just watch my ads, that actually helps me out loads with making some of these coins, and I'm investing it right back into the YouTube channel. So yeah, if you just click on the ads, watch them, that's gonna help me get some money, so that way I can create more content for you guys to let you know what works, what doesn't, etc, etc. And also something else that you can do when adding moisture to your hair. I feel like in the winter time there's no such thing as too much moisture in the hair, even though technically there is, but I feel like it's better to have too much moisture than your hair to be too dry, because you have to take into account you're also flat ironing your hair, so that's going to dry it out even further with the weather conditions. Especially if you live in a place like Chicago like me, you want to make sure that you are overloading on that moisture. So a humidifier is actually going to keep your hair moisturized all throughout the night, and your skin, which is what I've mentioned in a few videos. So I would say make sure that you have some really good moisturizing conditioning products. If you can get a steamer, get a steamer. If you can get a hooded dryer, get a hooded dryer. But just making sure that your hair is constantly getting all the moisture that it needs throughout the day is going to help it, especially in the winter time. Another thing to note with heat train hair in the winter time is that you actually don't need to straighten it as often as you possibly would throughout the rest of the months. In the winter time, I feel like straight hair lasts longer because you don't have humidity trying to mess with your hair. So I would say if you wash your hair every 2 weeks in the winter time, try to stretch it out for another week, and maybe try to wash your hair just once every 3 weeks. You also don't want to keep washing your hair too often, because that's gonna dry it out, and when you do wash it, you don't want to really use clarifying products. So use a gentle cleanser, I would say throughout the whole winter for the most part, at least for like 3 months out of the winter, and then go to your clarifying shampoo once a month if you use clarifying shampoos. Another thing I would say is one of the biggest things you have to watch out for in the winter especially is the coats you wear, the scarves you wear, and your hair being on those things. I have seen firsthand my sister's hair breaking off completely from the back due to her wool coat. So I know I say in the summertime it's a good time to have a break from heat train your hair and wearing protective style, because you have the humidity that's gonna try to, you know, mess up your straightened hair. But even in the winter time, it's also a good time to go ahead and put your hair up. You don't even have to necessarily put it in protective style, but making sure that it's off your coats and your scarves. Or at least if you want to wear your hair straight, at least put it up in a ponytail or a bun while you have on your coat. And then when you get inside, you can take it down and wear it down. But you want to be super duper careful with having your hair just on wool, because you'd be surprised how quickly it breaks off your hair. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just a few quick tips that I wanted to give you guys on how to make sure that your hair is staying healthy and growing in the winter months. Make sure to use these tips in addition to all the other tips that I have shared with you guys on my channel. And if you're new to my channel, haven't seen the videos, I have a playlist called Heat Train Hair, so be sure to click on any of those videos that interest you. Be sure to share my videos with a friend, because I am coming up with a giveaway very soon as I hit 4K. So make sure that you're helping me to share my videos, share my channel, so that way we can get to 4K and I got some cool stuff to give away to you guys. Bueno, nada más a decir. Entonces, hasta el video próximo. Vamos a la mano.
I want to thank me for doing all this hard work.